Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review After the Pandemic. And this is from director-writer Richard Lowry, and I really wish we were after the time when every little tiny film has to be about the pandemic. Honestly, it's gotten to the point where it's just like, if I have to see another dystopia about COVID and the pandemic and what happened after this, I'm done. It's just so overdone, so absurd. It's not enjoyable in any shape or form. It just feels like it's just beating you down, wearing you down, and just, I'm sick of it. But besides that, this is a film. It's a dystopia where COVID kept mutating, yada yada yada. Billions of people are dead. Certain people are immune, but like the government's hunting down people, trying to capture them for their immunity, stuff like that, and you have to stay super super quiet. So like turns into like The Quiet Place, except there's not aliens, you're just running away from the government. It feels very unoriginal and derivative of other science fiction films, other dystopia, other action thrillers. It's very slow. It takes its time, and this is an hour and 24 minutes, and it feels long. And especially when they come to the action sequences, they use a ridiculous amount of slow-mo that just takes you out of the film, and it never really, and like the editing's so choppy that it never really delivers the thrills that needs to happen to make this an enjoyable film with thrills and action. I do have to say, Eve James and Kannon Smith, who are two young leads, I think they do a really nice job. There's moments where they have some genuine connection, and you can feel for them a little bit. So you have a bit of an anchor. You have, some stretches of this film don't use any dialogue, and I think that restraint's really impressive from Lowry, the writer and director of this film. So there's bits that I think work and show some promise, but overall, I just feel like this is just a forgettable entry in this endless supply of dystopian thrillers, science fiction films that are coming out of the pandemic, about the pandemic, after the pandemic has destroyed the world, and it doesn't do anything fresh with this. Obviously, this isn't like South Park pandemic specials and stuff like that are biting and hilarious, and this isn't something that's elevated science fiction. This is just, here's a thing, here's a concept, here's the elevator pitch. You have to stay quiet in the dystopia after the pandemic, bam. And it is what it is, and not exactly the most thrilling and engaging experience. But those are my thoughts on After the Pandemic. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.